actually going to ask the same thing, but how would you describe the mood in the locker room after leading by 12 and having a tough second half?
It's definitely tough. Emotionally, anytime you lose, especially when you're coming out of halftime, you feel like you have control of the game. And you have to go through growing pains as a team. We're learning each other on the fly, and we're just learning how to win ball games and keep a mental edge over our opponents, no matter who we're playing. So we're definitely learning in that direction. But in terms of the now, where we are controlling our present destiny as a team, going against the Sixers, I feel like we had a great chance to win this game, and just our poise down the stretch just wasn't at a high level that we needed to get this win, and they took full advantage of it. They got to the free throw line. The refs were calling things left and right, and kind of our rhythm was broken after a few shots, and that last 2 minutes didn't go down. You could see it was wearing on a few of our faces. So, again, these are just growing pains that we're going through right now in the pressure cooker of the season, and it's just tough lessons we got to learn and just grow from.
Do you feel like you have enough time to grow, given that there is the clock of the playoffs coming up and that it's just such a scramble at this point in the season?
It's been a scramble since I've been here, so trying to fill in roles that kind of were filled in from other people, and I think the realistic view is that when I came here that this was going to be a growing process. This was for the long term, and this was for something that's bigger than ourselves, and we can't just be a championship team overnight, especially me coming here. So I think I've wrapped my head around that aspect of it. I'm at peace with it. It doesn't mean that I'm giving up on this season or any of my teammates are, but we know where we realistically are, and our destiny is in some other team's hands, losing games. So we just got to control what we can control and focus on the next few possessions that we have in these next games against some really good teams that want to position themselves for the playoffs or fighting for spots. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. But again, the last 6 minutes of the game, I felt like we could have been better, including myself.
What did you see as the issues at the end of the second and third quarters, too, where they were able to get, I think, 7 or 8 point runs in the final 90 seconds or so to kind of cut into lead you guys had?
Yeah, I think you've seen it with some of the great teams in our league over the past few years of finishing ball games. There's a sense of toughness. There's a IQ that's there for the possessions that matter. And I think a few times throughout the game in the second and third quarter, we were very careless, and we just weren't playing with that desperation that we needed where we are at the point of the season, I felt like. So when those possessions happen and then they outscore us 32-27, that kind of shows you where the aggressor was, who the aggressor was, and that was them. And, they've been doing it all season, and obviously us beating them at home, there was some things there as well. So we're going against these great playoff teams. I expect us to be in the game through most of it, but we just got to stay poised at the end of the game.
Sense that you guys are about to break through. I mean, you've had some bad losses, and then you had a blowout against the Pacers, and then you stuck tough with a really good Sixers team. How do you feel? Do you guys feel like you're almost there?
Yeah, I felt like that up until like 6 minutes left to go in the fourth, where I felt pretty strongly about the result of the game. No matter what they were doing on the offensive end, I felt like we had them pretty much figured out. And then I think in those last 6 minutes, we just lost a bit of our edge and our poise, and it was self-inflicted, and we could all feel it. So those are the moments that you would usually go through in the beginning of the season or mid-season, and we have it figured out, and everybody's temperament would be on to the next thing. Everybody's attitude would be on to the next thing because there's a bigger goal, and that's to win the game. But right now, we just got to face reality that these are moments where we're human, and guys want to be in the game, and guys want to make impact. But overall, only 5 guys can be out there, and we all got to cheer for our teammates and be there for each other. So that's the name of the game. Who's the closest team, and what are they willing to sacrifice for each other to win the ultimate goal, which is the championship in this league. So you see the teams that do it every single year, and they're the most selfless, and they do all the little things necessary to win ball games.
A few of the recent clutch losses, the offense scored like under 20 points. What are some patterns that you've kind of noticed that still need to be worked through, as a team, to kind of improve that last 6 minutes?
Just staying aggressive, and understanding that in that 6 minutes, where the NBA game is now in 2023, you can get a lot of possessions up. You know, there are a lot of shots from the three-point line that are coming that are ricocheting off for long rebounds. That's how a lot of offensive rebounds happen down the stretch. And then just pushing in transition and making a smart play. There were a few times we had the gravity of the defense on one of our players and everybody else was on the perimeter, and we all felt like we had a great shot, but we all just got to trust that whoever has the ball is going to make the decision for us. So the patterns of the clutch games that I feel like we've grown from is just making quick decisions. As long as we stay in aggressive mode and, you know, the trust is there, then I feel like we'll be fine. Yeah, of course.